I'm Shachindra Nath. I'm Group CEO of Religare Enterprises. Religare is an integrated financial services business in India with some global outreach. And as a Group CEO, I supervise all the financial services business of the group. Religare is an integrated financial services business in India. We are the holding company for our large diversified financial services business, and we are designed around 4 sub-segments of the financial services market: capital market, lending, insurance, and asset management. We are a $20 billion asset management company globally. We are around $3 billion of lending business book in India, and we have a very large capital market business both on retail and institutional side. We serve more than 1 million customers on the retail side and more than 300 institutional clients. And we have a health insurance business and a life insurance business, which are very growing sector. And as a group CEO, I supervise all these businesses through my underlying managements of subsidiary companies, which are run by the CEOs themselves. If you look at the marketplace itself, or India as a country, we as a country over a period of time have been evolving from a very savings-oriented market. So most of Indians put their money either in a bank fixed deposit or they go buy real estate and gold. And as you see India growing, more and more younger people coming into the employment, people's ability to look at new financial product and get service on them continues to be very, very high. And that's the premise on which most of the financial services businesses in India have been building their businesses. And we continue to believe in that journey. Our belief is that as you see more GDP growth to come into the marketplace, GDP growth would convert into more disposable income in people's hand, and then their ability to diversify their asset into different class of assets. So if you look at retail capital market or financial product, one of the problems of India have been that we as Indians never put money into investment into equities, bonds, mutual fund. But as you see India evolving, people will start doing that, and that's where our service offering is, to take this base of the customer, educate them, and help them to invest into much broader asset class than just only doing real estate, gold, and savings. What Religare today pride itself that it is not a firm or a company wherein people work for just fixed pay or compensation, or they see just as a job. They think this is a firm which is of their own, where they are motivated and incentivized in a manner. They have the freedom of speech and expression, and they have a freedom to use their brain power and convert themselves into an entrepreneur. So the fun part of every day to meet newer people and tell them about this opportunity and bring them on board within the framework of Religare, and also help our existing sets of people across at different layers of the organization and convince them and motivate them to be entrepreneur is really fun. I don't think so that there is a challenge with respect to the role. It is the challenge which you have to undergo with respect to the business itself. Financial services is an activity or is a business which is deeply enrooted is the environment in the ecosystem. So if environment is not good, if the economy is not good, your job becomes much more difficult, because if there is something happening within the framework of the economy, you will suffer. And at that point of time, how do you create sustenance? How do you make sure that your people remain motivated and focused? And how do you make sure that you generate enough revenue and profitability that your shareholders are being well serviced is really tough and challenging, and sometimes can be emotionally very draining. As we say, financial services is a business which is very, very specialized in every sub-segment of its market. And we believe that the knowledge portion of when you're taking a fresh young person would develop over a period of time. And you need to know what does that mean. But largely what you look at is the soft skill set. which is integrity, the loyalty, the passion about the financial services business, and the knowledge portion of that. Whether the person has knowledge about the industry and whether he has an ability to inculcate and grow his knowledge base is something which we always focus upon. At your entry point, you have to prove that you are value additive to businesses. And for that, I think the only thing which works in somebody's favor is his knowledge, because you don't have experience. Because finally what makes you a successful professional is knowledge and experience. But when you don't have the experience, the only thing which can work is knowledge. People tend to gain knowledge only what they are taught. But for being a successful entrant into financial services industry, you need to gain more knowledge than what is being taught to you in the colleges and school. And for that, the behavior of learning, reading, knowing what's happening in the world, and being able to connect the worldwide ecosystem and look knowledgeable when you are coming in is very, very important. I happen to be a professional lawyer by training, which is odd, because I always believed that I would make a very good lawyer because I have those ability. I was very passionate about it. But gradually, it's just by chance that I ended up running a financial services business. So it's a great example of what your professional training could be and what your skill set could be. I was fortunate that I found opportunity where actually my skill set lied, and didn't pursue a professional career in legal system. But that's what professionally what my training is. But that not necessarily mean that that's what I was supposed to do. So one of the reasons that why I could adapt to different businesses is that I started working very, very early. So I was very impatient when I was young, which is most of the young people are like that. And I wanted to be very successful very, very fast. And that's why as soon as I graduated, I started working. So my first job, I was placed out of my college, worked for a company called Religare Wallropes. I was a commercial trainee there. Then I worked for a carpet export company. I built and set up a non-woven plant over there. Then I was tax lawyer and tax consultant. And then I ended up with Religare to be part of building a financial services activity. But this diverse experience of being able to look and understand what a business environment is, how does things in system perform, how do you go to client, how do you go to customer, what you should do, how do you build and design large organization and system has been very, very helpful. So I started only looking as a small business of Religare, which was managing the custodial businesses. Gradually, I became more front-facing and started building different businesses of Religare. I built the entire retail securities business. I became chief operating officer of that business, and I became chief operating officer of the entire group. And was largely helping the group to build its operating metrics, regulation, compliance, client framework. And roughly around 4 years back, I became the group CEO to run the entire financial services business. Genuinely, my belief is that young people should believe that nothing comes quickly. It takes time for you to succeed. Nobody can in 2 years or 3 years be a CEO of the company. One can be a CEO or a large leader of an organization, but you have to give your time, commitment, and have faith in yourself. The tendency of doing something very quickly and going at multiple places in a short span of time doesn't help you to reach the heights and the scale. So to remain committed and remain faithful to yourself is what young people should definitely work upon.